Every week we want to communicate how your group could get involved with the bigger church, because your group is really the front door to Arcade as you're reaching out to friends, families, neighbors, and your community, whether that's co-workers. But your group is not Arcade all by itself. We are part of a much bigger picture. And so one of the ways perhaps that your groups can get involved is every Sunday this week, the Arcade High School group is doing flag football, and they're looking for people to help serve food or just cheer on their kids. And so look at the bulletin and look online and find out how you could get involved, where they're playing this week, and figure out how you could be a part of that. Also, as your groups continue to form and to get norms, we want to encourage you to remember the values of community groups. Our community groups exist to discuss scripture, to look through and to talk about the Bible, and everyone has a role in that. And so as people begin to share and open up and their personalities come alive, you might find that some people are more talkative than others. Keep that in check, because if your group has 12 people, that means that everyone has about 5 minutes to share and your hour's up. And so understand that there's other people in the group, and allow everyone to open up and discuss scripture. We also want to make sure that you guys have enough time to pray together. A big value for us is that community groups are praying with and for each other. And so open up the Bible, read a psalm, communicate with God, worship Him through prayer, pray for each other's needs and what God's doing. It's a great opportunity to get to know what's going on in other people's lives when you pray for them. Serve. There are many of opportunities for you to serve. You could serve people within your group. You could serve on Sunday morning at Arcade Church. You could serve on you could serve on Monday mornings at Arcade Church. You could serve in a variety of different ways throughout the community every single day. Find ways for you to serve individually and together as a group. Maybe even assign someone in your group to organize a service project that you could do. We also want you to be able to hang out with each other, just enjoy one another. So maybe that's 15 minutes before the group starts or 15 minutes afterwards. Arrange a time during the week for families to get together. Put it on the calendar so it actually happens. The next two values are sharing responsibility. It's important that everyone in your group has a role, whether that's bringing snacks or doing a service project or just greeting people as they come in. If everyone has a role, they're going to be more committed to the group. And finally, ultimately, we want to grow our groups. We want to add people. And for some groups, that means continuing to invite people to your group. Other groups, you look around and there's no room for people to fit. So perhaps look at ways where you can multiply your group by starting a new group next semester. Those are our 6 values of community groups: discussing scripture, praying with each other, hanging out, serving, adding more people, and sharing responsibility. Make sure you know your values.
Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you've had a good day thus far. Yesterday was a great day for us. It was a somber time, simply because we wrapped up chapter 1 and then got into chapter 2. Chapter 2 might have been kind of a bucket of cold water in the face. It was a wake-up time, simply because Paul is coming off of chapter 1, where he kind of lowers the boom on all of humanity, especially unbelieving humanity. And it's possible that the religious people of that time were saying, absolutely, Paul, give them hell. You bet. Tell them exactly where they're going and what's wrong, and the wrath of God is coming. And fortunately, we have the law, and so we're okay with that. That may have been their reflex. But Paul quickly turns that around, and he begins to talk to religious people. And he lowers the boom on them too, maybe you and me, saying, you need this rescue as much as the people in chapter 1 need rescue. It may not be what we want to hear, but it's exactly what we needed to hear. We also talked about the fact that if you know the story of the prodigal sons in Luke 15, we find out that Romans 1 is really like the prodigal son who left. And Romans 2 is like the prodigal son who stays. Religious people need Jesus as much as irreligious people need Jesus. And so think about those things as we finish out chapter 2 this coming week. Hope to see you there.